Hollywood. The Oscars are on Sunday, and we are getting you ready for Hollywood's biggest night with food, red carpet fashions, and of course, our predictions. And on top of it, look who's here. That's right, Scary Movie co-creator Shawn Wayans is in the house. It is going to be a jam-packed show, and there's only one thing to say.
GMT starts now.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
Happy Friday, everybody. We made it to the end of the week. It is going to be a fabulous weekend because, as I just told you, the Oscars are this weekend. So get your fancy dresses ready. And we're preparing you because we're talking food and fashion and predictions and so much more. So go ahead, put that remote down because it's going to be a fabulous show today. Let's go ahead and pop over to the Weather Center, see what's going on outside. There's so many things. So, Greg, I heard there's going to be 80s going on this weekend.
You heard that? You heard that? No, yes. We will have some 80s over the weekend, but some big changes coming our way as well. So we're going to work our way to that. Let's get you on out the door this morning as we are looking at those temperatures out there in the lower 50s out there right now. So it has been a bit on the cool side this morning, but we are going to be warming up nicely, taking you out to the UNT campus out there for you right now. Those winds are going to start to pick up a little bit out of the south at 15, taking you out to DBU, looking at those low 50s there now as well. So we're starting to warm back up, and we will continue to do so. Had those low mid 40s around a little bit earlier, but now getting back into the 50s, and we'll continue to see those temperatures warming quickly here as we go through the rest of today, topping out in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees today. So a nice end to the week with those temperatures. We'll have just about full sunshine again today as well. Now, as we look at the forecast for the Arlington Grand Prix, a lot of folks heading out to Arlington today, the upper 70s. Yes, the lower 80s for Saturday going into Sunday. Look at those winds, though. They start to come around out of the north as we get into Sunday afternoon, so that's going to be behind that front. So take it in while it lasts with these warmer temperatures. St. Patrick's Day parade on Saturday. We're looking at those mid-70s around 1 p.m., topping out around 81 or so as we head toward 3 in the afternoon. But we do have that weather alert in place Sunday night going into Monday for some very cold temperatures moving back into North Texas. More on that later in the show. But now, Aaron, back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Greg. As we get ready to wrap up award season, the race for the 2026 Oscars is still on. From breakout on-screen performances to major blockbuster contenders, critics and fans are replacing, or honestly, they're kind of replacing each other because I do feel like a critic myself in a sense, and that's how I'm going to feel this Sunday. Here to give us her predictions is an actual film critic and writer, Susan Kaviab-Stevens. Welcome back, my girl.
Thank you.
So glad to have you. Let's jump right in and get going. Who are we predicting to win Best Actor in a Leading Role?
Gosh, I know I told you right before. You guys started me out with like the biggest, hottest topic right now, which is because Timothée Chalamet has been sweeping award season. This was his award to lose. However, when Michael B. Jordan won that actor award, it changed everything. And then, not to mention some controversial comments that Timothée Chalamet made. The thing is, voting for the Academy closed 2 days before that remark. So I don't know. I'm not sure that if Timothy will still lose, but on my ballot, I'm going with Michael B. Jordan. If people powered through and voted for him in time, I think there's still a chance. Both of them deserve it. I won't be mad if either person wins, but I'm going with Michael B. Jordan on this one.
You know what? And I think, everybody's talking about Timothy right now. I think the punishment has been felt at this point. He's going to have to sit through an actual ballet performance at the Oscars. They included that. Messy.
Yes.
So hopefully, whoever. They're both wonderful.
They're
so
both wonderful. Let's show love to both of them.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's move on. Best Actress in a Leading Role.
I think this one's a lock. Jessie Buckley has been sweeping. You know, Rose Byrne did win Best Comedy Actress at the Golden Globes, so there's that sliver of a chance. I love Rose Byrne, and if I had legs, I'd kick you. Personally, I probably would want her to win, but I love Jessie Buckley. She is gut-wrenching in Hamnet. And I think this is hers.
She's a stellar actress. Seriously, I just saw her in The Bride, and she just takes it to another level in the method acting. She's just good.
Yeah.
So, hoping she takes it as well. I'm on the same wavelength as you there. Now, what about Best Actor in a Supporting Role?
So, I would say the supporting categories are such a toss-up here because Delroy Lindo.
I was about to say, that's who I'm going for.
That's who I put on my ballot.
Yep.
And I think this is the only award he got nominated for.
But
And
also, he deserves his flowers. He's been in the game a while.
deserves it. He's 71 years old. He's never been nominated, and he finally got one. And I mean, and it's not just because of that. He's phenomenal in Sinners.
Yes.
So I want him to win, but don't be surprised if Sean Penn or Stellan Skarsgård get
I
this.
can't lie. Sean Penn was very good in one battle
He-
after another.
he
He made
is.
me irk him
Oh yeah,
in real life.
He's transformative in that, and it wouldn't. Again, none of those people. It wouldn't. All of them deserve it,
Yes.
right? But I'm going for Delroy here.
This is always so hard because that's exactly how it feels. It's like, well, this movie was good. This movie was good. Who do I
Yeah.
choose?
Right.
Okay, actress and a supporting role.
And this is another one. I think because Amy Madigan won the Critics' Choice and she just won the actor, which is typically the same people who are voting for the best acting awards in the Oscars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Amy. However, do not be surprised if Teyana Taylor takes it.
Because she's been doing very good. Do you
She
know who I
did.
want, though?
Woomy?
Wunmi.
Woomy could win.
I want Wunmi.
She could. She
Just
won the
because
BAFTA.
She's just so stellar right now, and then she's doing everything. The women are so wonderful. Like,
Yes.
she's doing all of this press, and she's fully pregnant. Like, it's a whole thing. So I'm going for her. All right,
yeah.
let's get to Best Director.
All right. I think the toss-up here is Paul Thomas Anderson or Ryan
Coogler.
Coogler. Personally, I would love to see Ryan Coogler win. However, I think it's going to be Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
He's never won an Oscar before either.
And Ryan
he's
Coogler's doing well right now. We
doing
can
well.
share.
Yeah, we can share. And they both are deserving. I think this is going to be Paul Thomas Anderson's time.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
you guys, hopefully you wrote down our predictions. Maybe you can test us and see if we did well.
Yeah.
Susan usually does pretty good. She's usually pretty accurate, so we'll see.
year.
But you're actually going to be sticking around with us because we didn't get to talk about Best Picture. Of course, we're saving that for the end of the show because it's the biggest category. So if you want to learn more from Susan, you can find her at This Chicks Flicks, or you can go to thischicksflicks.com. But we'll see her in just a second.
You must be the guys I've been hearing about. Tell me exactly what happened.
We just wanted to have a great night.
We all just want to have a good night, but in this new thriller, a road trip with 3 college friends turns into a nightmare. The movie has a strong North Texas connection, so before the movie hits theaters, we're excited to be joined by Dallas film director John Berg. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you here. So you're originally from Dallas, and now you're directing a major feature film. And so what first sparked your passion for filmmaking growing up?
You know, I was born the day after Halloween, and so when the spooky time of year came around, I was always kind of excited. And I guess somehow in my head, those got conflated into making little horror movies with my friends running around town with a video camera. And as I grew up, I started to realize this could be a career, and you can actually take some life lessons and you can put them into this thrill ride of a movie. And you can entertain people, but you can also kind of make them think.
Yes, well, it sounds like it was in you from the jump and it just kind of evolved from there. So for those who haven't caught the buzz just yet on The Gates, give us a little bit about what the plot is without giving too much.
Sure, it's about 3 young men that live in Dallas, and they're on their way up to Denton to go to a college party. And they hit traffic along the way, as we all have done before.
Yes.
And they take a shortcut that leads them to this brand new opulent gated community in the middle of nowhere. Try to get through the gated community, they get stuck inside where they witness a murder. So for the remainder of the evening, they're being pursued by the killer, they're stuck inside the walls, and they're fractured by their own belief systems. And we have to root for these guys to make it out alive.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it almost sounds relatable just because of what you said in the belief systems, but also the fact that local people get to see Denton represented on the big screen is so exciting. And so tell me, I know you said because you've been inspired by horror since you were a child, but what inspired this particular idea of the college party, them getting stuck? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, I wanted to show people a Texas that wasn't always projected on screen. I wanted to dig into the really specific communities that we have out here. And I wanted to show how what people might think from the outside might differ from what I actually experienced growing up. And so I thought it was a great opportunity to take people, thrust them into a situation and see how they react in a time of crisis.
I like this. And it's a really strong cast as well, including Mason Gooding, Keith Powers, and the late James Vanderbeek. And so tell me, what was it like working with this group of characters?
You know, working with James was a dream come true. As we said, I grew up right up the street in Richardson, and I've been making little movies since I was a kid. To find out that James was interested in bringing my dream to life in this film, it really made it feel authentic and real. So it was a blessing to work with him.
And for it to be one of his last projects. I mean, my goodness.
Yes, unfortunately, at the time, we were not aware of his battle. He was a leader and a patriarch on set. He became a mentor to the young guys that I worked with, and I could not be more sad to have lost him, but more proud to be able to bring his final performance to the screen.
Yes.
Yes. The three young men that I worked with, rising stars, wonderful guys, Mason, Keith, and Algie. They brought a tremendous energy to the screen, and the three of them combined with James were the family that we had on set that really brought us through things. Yes.
Wow, wow. Well, the thrillers, I feel like many thrillers, they rely on so much tension and atmosphere. So as the director, how did you approach building the suspense and keeping the audience on the edge of their seats? Because you do have a good cast, but that writing, how do you keep them enticed?
Yeah, so the setting for this is not a traditional setting for a horror or a thriller. It is a really nice, beautiful, gated community. So it really is about the performance of these guys as they're stuck in there, and every turn that they take leads to a dead end. And they're really reacting to each other, being torn apart by their instincts, and being pursued by this guy that the entire community trusts because, you know, he's this charismatic leader, and nobody will really listen to them. And so as things get more tense and dire, we're really sort of in their shoes as they're trying to figure out what to do next.
My goodness. Okay, I think everyone's on their edge of their seat at this point, ready to see this movie. Tell me where we can find it, how we can see it, and when it comes out.
It is releasing today, Friday the 13th, in Dallas area AMC theaters and nationwide.
All right. Thanks so much, John. Appreciate you being here this morning. Now that we've got the Oscar predictions and a director's perspective, it's time for some watch party food. So we had to bring in celebrity private chef Benjamin Leggett to share his favorites as well as dish on celebrities that he's cooked for. We're getting the tea this morning. Good morning.
Hey, how we doing today?
I'm so good. Anytime you come, I'm ready. Okay, so let's talk about it. What are some key considerations that people should keep in mind when we're curating a menu for the Oscars?
Ooh, we got to go luxury. We got to go
Come
above
on.
and beyond. You know what I'm saying?
see it?
We got the stars.
We got the all black on.
So, you know,
we got to
gotta
come
bring the
stepping.
stars to the food, too. So I'm excited for what I got for you today. I'm already
Let's do
excited.
it. Let's do it. Okay, well, what are we making and where do we start? Because I see you got stuff boiling already.
I'm already here right now. So let me just tell you what we got over there right there. So that right there, that's going to be our hot honey walnut shrimp, right?
Whoa.
Ooh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Straight Oscars performance right there. Then you know I got to have them Caribbean jerk lamb chops. So what I got going on over here, this right here, so we got our egg rolls that we're going to be doing today real quick.
Oh, we're making egg rolls too.
Yeah, we're making egg rolls.
Okay, I'm grabbing
Go
a
put some
glove
gloves
just in
on.
case
Go
too,
put some
just in case.
gloves on
It
this
matches my
morning.
outfit.
It do. You look,
There
you
he
look
is.
good today. You look good today. I like it.
Okay,
So-
where do we start?
So what I like to do is just kind of get like a little bit of oil.
Okay.
Just a little bit around, you know, little egg roll shell.
And is that vegetable oil? Does it matter?
Oh, good old canola oil right there.
Okay.
You gotta have that canola. You gotta have that canola. So right here, we already got some of our chicken. We already got it cooked last night. It's already been marinated and everything.
Beautiful.
Now watch this. This one gonna blow your mind. So this
Okay.
right here, this is our sauteed garlic spinach, right? So we
that
put some
sounds
of that up in there.
divine.
Now Aaron, watch this. I'm gonna
Okay.
take some of our good old smoked Gouda cheese right here.
Uh-huh.
And we're gonna just kind of break that down a little bit, right?
Yep.
Now let me show you the technique. I gotta show you the technique, right? Because
we
everybody
go.
always say it's hard to roll egg rolls. Let me show you. What
Here
you
we
wanna
go.
do, right?
Get a
little
little
bit
oil.
of oil right there, right? You wanna go ahead and pull this thing all the way back over there, right?
Make sure you get all the good stuff in
Get
there.
all the good stuff, get all the good stuff. You know, I had to make some of these for Tiana Taylor when she came.
I was
you
just
know?
about to ask you. I was about to say, who's your dream celebrity to cook for? Do you think that you haven't done just yet?
You know, after doing Tiana, I know we're doing the Oscars right now. I gotta go with Leonardo DiCaprio. That Wolf of Wall Street movie.
Look, he's good in that.
It got me every
is.
time. It got
With
me every
Margot
time.
Robbie, yes,
Oh, yeah,
indeed.
that's the one.
Very much.
Ooh, Aaron, look at that. You ready, Aaron? You ready?
Straight into the fryer.
In the grease like that.
So easy. Okay, but I do want to know. I want you to name drop for us. Who have you cooked for already?
Whew, everybody. We done did Tiana Taylor. Oh my goodness, Ezekiel Elliott.
You
We
keep
done-
saying Tiana. You're
That's
fun.
that's my girl.
You're
right
fond
there.
of
Like,
Tiana.
That's TT.
You know
right there.
she's single.
I heard.
Yeah?
I heard.
That's why you keep going over there.
TT, you know what's going on, TT.
Whenever you're ready, indeed. Okay, who else? Give me one more.
Oh, I gotta give you one more on top of that. I gotta go for the big one. It's gotta be Beyonce.
Yeah.
I gotta go Beyonce.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one
Dreams
indeed.
do come true, everybody.
You know what?
Dreams can come
All you gotta
true.
do is lean in and put the work in.
watch
That
that right
is
there. Look at that right there.
gorgeous,
Look at
you
that right
guys.
there. Look at that
Okay,
right there.
so any other classic party foods that you think are perfect for a night like this? Because you know the Oscars, they go kind of.
Oh, they go
For like 3 hours or so.
They go about 3 hours, so you know you got to make sure everybody fed, everybody's good. So you know, of course, me, I'm a huge wing fan, so I love different flavor wings that we could do all the time.
Yeah.
We really want to innovate, you know, everything else. We can do some crazy type of meatballs that we could do. It's a million
I
possibilities.
like the idea of meatballs. That's actually a really good idea indeed. The fact that you have so many different options, everybody can just pick what they want. Fabulous. Okay, so you finished up our fabulous Oscar dishes here, but
go.
I want to know, is there anything we should know about this fabulous food truck that you've been working on?
They got me traveling around the whole state of Texas right now. So we got our next pop-up coming up next weekend. We're going to be in Arlington, Texas. Then after that, we're going to Plano. Then we're going to Frisco. Then this summer, we're going down to Houston, Texas. So
My God.
I'm everywhere right now.
Oh my gosh, your food truck's gonna do well in Houston.
They
That
gonna
is
love-
the place to be.
They love me down there. in
They gonna
Houston.
tear them lamb
Yeah,
chops up for
lamb
sure.
chops gonna be gone. I ain't worried about it.
Okay, for the people that want to find you and hunt down the food truck, though, where can we get all the information?
Absolutely. They can always find me on Instagram at Official Chef Benjamin. They can find me on TikTok at Official Chef Benjamin. Can't remember that? ChefBenjaminExperience.com.
There you go. It's just that easy. Okay, you guys, we're going to go to break because the food smells divine and I'm ready to tear into it. But coming up on GMT, we are back. Well, actor and comedian Shawn Wayans is, as he takes us behind the scenes of Scary Movie 6 and tells us about his weekend gig at Arlington Improv right after the break.
My God, he stabbed her! Not her! My pronouns are they, them. He stabbed them!
We back.
26 years after outrunning a suspiciously familiar mass killer, the Core Four are back in the killer's crosshairs, and no horror movie IP is safe. And look who's here this morning to take us behind the scenes of Scary Movie 6.
What's up? How you doing?
Yes, indeed.
How are you?
And to also talk about his gig that's coming up at Arlington Improv this weekend.
Yes, I'm here for both. I'm here to talk about Scary Movie 6.
Come on.
Coming out June 5th.
You ain't even let me get your name out. Everybody, Shawn Wayans.
Thank you. Well, you just pushed it off to me.
Come
like,
on,
go
now,
on,
I
talk,
got
brother,
you.
talk.
I got you. Okay, so tell
You got
me.
the sign up, talk, brother, talk.
You're a mess. Okay, so tell me, what did it feel like to get the Scary Movie cast
I
and
like your
crew
dress.
back together? Thank
Beautiful.
you.
You look like one of those ladies that give the awards after they say the person's name. You
Look,
give it to
I'm ready for the
it's
Oscars.
off the shoulder. Yeah,
It's
you
all
should
about the
be,
Oscars
Miss
today.
Oscar.
Look, I need your
elegant.
stylist.
You don't need mine. You better than me. You got it rocking. You got the compliment, not
Well,
me.
you came stunting this morning on us for
a little
sure.
bit, a little bit,
A little bit. Come on, show us the glasses.
I can't front.
You?
A little bit, a little
y'all.
something. Low down, dirty Sean.
He flying, ready to go. Okay,
Ready
so
to go.
tell me, you got to tell us about it. It's coming out soon.
It's not really much to really tell you other than it's coming out June 6th. We got the original cast back. And we having fun, Wayne style.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but tell me, what was it like writing it? Because this is the 6th installment. I mean, you're coming up with new ideas, or does it just flow out of you, or?
I mean, we get together, we get lunch, we get green tea, we get in a room, and we start talking about what kind of story we want to tell and who we want to bring back and what some of the funny gags, and we try to make each other laugh. And usually when we make each other laugh, we get the laugh from the audience.
Okay, so it almost feels like on set, it's kind of what you're going to be doing this weekend, improv, in a sense.
Kind of. Well, we did do improvs, but we did stick to a lot of the script because we have a story to tell, so we can't just be all over the place. So we did our best to do one take written, and then we'd play around in the next take.
Fit some new jokes in there if you can.
If they make sense.
Well, fans are expecting that classic parody style franchise that you guys are so known for. So any new twists that you can give away without giving away too much?
No.
All right. They said basically you got to go see it.
But I'll give you this hint.
Okay.
The movie starts and then it ends.
You get on my nerves.
So don't tell nobody I told y'all that. The movie starts and it's gonna end.
But you know what?
That's my gift to you.
And I appreciate that. And I think everybody at home appreciates that as well. But
And to y'all.
A gift for everybody on
Yeah,
this
just a
Friday
gift.
morning. My gosh. But the release date got moved up because there was so much buzz, right?
The release date did get moved up to June 5th. They were excited about the reaction from the trailer, and it's all good. As long as they're excited, I'm happy.
Okay, so let's talk about this weekend, because that's the reason why you're here. Yes, Scary Movie, but we also get to see you in person and experiencing you in all your glory, quite literally. And so Arlington Improv shows tonight and tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Just talk about things in my life, funny experiences, funny stories, and you know, craziness, stuff I can't really give away on TV.
He's like, this
But
is the morning show.
The show will start, and it's gonna be funny, and it's gonna end.
You get on my nerves.
Look, I'm just trying to tell the people all I could tell them.
Okay, but what is it about this area, North Texas, that keeps bringing you back?
Texas always has shown me love. They're a wonderful comedy audience. They're smart. They're well behaved, and I have a good time.
Not well behaved.
The people that come to my show are very well behaved. I haven't had.
You need a heckler to keep you on your toes.
No, I don't need that.
You've been in the game too
No,
long. We gotta keep you going.
No, I don't need that.
I'll be in there. I'll be in there.
Well,
I got you.
look like you behave yourself.
No.
Nobody show up with an elegant dress like that acting ignorant. No way.
Look, we all have a persona.
Yes, I see. She's like, look, you got crazy out the eye with that too. Look.
You hit me up for Scary Movie 7. I'll show you.
A little crack.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not too much though. I keep it cute. You do too.
You do keep it cute.
There we go. Okay, any other projects we need to know about?
No, that's it. Right now, focus on Scary Movie 6 coming out June 5th, and we'll go from there.
You guys, this whole interview has gone straight off the rails. He said, you know what, we're telling jokes this morning.
We're telling jokes. We just being silly.
So good. Shawn, thank you so much for being with us. You guys get ready, because Scary Movie 6 starring Shawn Wayans, Marlon Wayans, Anna Faris, and Regina Hall opens in theaters on June 5th.
And Dave Sheridan.
There you go. Go to scarymovie.film for more information. Thanks so much, Shawn.
Thank you so much.
And you can see Shawn tonight and tomorrow night at Arlington Improv. All you got to do is go to improvtx.com/Arlington for tickets and showtimes. Still ahead on GMT, rediscovering yourself after life takes unexpected turns. Dallas-based country artist Erin Duval is here to perform her new single, Back to Me. And we roll out the red carpet to preview some of the trends that could be on a hit on the Oscars red carpet. You don't want to miss that. They look absolutely stunning this morning. Plus, GMT's photographer John Crane hit the streets to see what your thoughts are on the Oscars. Take a look.
Who do you guys think should get best film at the Oscars this year?
F1's the only one I've seen, so I'll have to go there.
Hey, it's all good.
F1.
Sinners.
Actually, I forgot about F1. That's the only one I've seen out of that list, and that was great too.
One battle after another one.
Okay.
Yes,
why
sir.
you like that one? Why you say F1?
Because it's a very intense movie.
I'm gonna say Sinners. That's the only one I've seen.
It was a great movie, man. It was has a lot of suspense.
Who do you think should host the Oscars next year? Who do you think should host the Oscars in 2027?
Oscar in 2027.
I'm gonna say Young Boy.
My country, Nepal. But unfortunately, it's not gonna happen.
Nice and that. Or Wakai would be hard. Either Dave Chappelle or Marcelo Hernandez from SNL.
King Little G.
Los Angeles.
Okay.
Bad Bunny.
It can literally be anybody in the world. Anybody that you want, your specific person.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Hey, I got it.
Tom Holland.
So,
Tom Holland. Tom Holland.
Why?
I don't know.
One person from Nepal.
Kiki Adhikari. Yeah,
Okay.
she's my favorite actress.
Someone that can represent or Latinos, man.
Just because he's in Spider-Man and I love Spider-Man.
Live, this is Good Morning Texas.
It is going to be a fabulous weekend, because it's going to be so warm. 80s Saturday and Sunday. You might even get to watch the Oscars, if you want, on the patio somewhere or something.
You going to be out Sunday night?
I'll be at my house.
Okay, yeah, I don't think you want to be out Sunday night. Yeah, because temperatures are going to be changing. So enjoy those 80s. Enjoy those
While they
80s.
last.
Yeah, while they last, because we do have temperatures that will come crashing down in a big way late Sunday. But if you're traveling, I know spring break travel getting underway here this weekend. Shouldn't have any weather-related issues out at the airports. 53 right now, heading out to DFW. A little breezy with those south winds, 15. Coming back over to Love Field, looking at those temperatures that are starting to warm back up, 51. Kind of chilly it was this morning, but we are seeing those temperatures that will warm nicely as we go through the day, getting back into the upper 70s this afternoon. So it will be nice on the heels of those south winds at around 10 to 20. But as we get into Sunday, we do have a weather alert in place because of the cold air that's going to be blowing in. We will have that cold front moving in probably late afternoon, sometime in that 5-6 p.m. time frame. So late in the day on Sunday, we'll still get into the 80s before that front moves in, but then we'll have those strong north winds, 25 to 35 behind the front. We'll have some gusts maybe up around 40. So we're talking about a light freeze Monday morning, wind chills down in the 20s. So make sure you do stay updated to the forecast and dig that coat and sweater out. You'll need that early next week. Look at those overnight lows heading into Monday morning. We're going to go from the 80s Sunday afternoon to the low and mid 30s as we get into Monday morning, and then we'll have those wind chills down in the lower 20s. So be prepared for that. Now we do warm back up in that 14-day forecast. As we take a look at that for you here this morning, we're looking at those 60s as we head toward St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday after a chilly morning, and then we're right back into the 70s and 80s as we look at the second half of that 14-day forecast. All right, Aaron, back to you.
Aside from the awards, fashion will take center stage at the Oscars. Fashion stylist Robin Joven is here to break down some of the trends we may see on the red carpet. Hello to you, Robin. You look stellar this morning.
Well, thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so tell me, what makes selecting an Oscars dress or even a tux different from any other award show?
So the Oscars is obviously the most iconic award show that there is. It's the culmination of the whole season. And we've seen stars really make their mark on the red carpet. It can be a look that really catapults them into the rest of their career, those memorable moments that we look back at year after year.
Yes, yes. I always say fashion is a statement you can make without opening your mouth.
Absolutely.
And that is what the whole point of the carpet is, right?
Yes.
So we're highlighting some trends this morning. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's have a fashion show. We're starting with romance, and this feels just that. Tell me more about this beautiful dress.
So this gorgeous gown on Kirsten, we're highlighting the romance trend. So we're seeing a return to softer fabrics, this gorgeous tulle, a little bit of a ballet-inspired moment, old Hollywood glamour, soft and sensual, and just a really beautiful moment that I think would be really memorable on the red carpet.
Yes, yes, indeed. But I also love the style of the color, how the palette is almost like Easter colors in a sense, that a range of colors, but also just the fact that I love a good color blocking moment and not being so matchy-matchy all the time. And this fits that. Thank you so much. All right, let's get a look at our vintage dress that we have this morning. This one's beautiful, and it's on my girl Ellie this morning. Hello.
This is so fabulous. I could see this on the red carpet in a hot minute. This is vintage Pierre Cardin. So Vintage Martini, the gorgeous store that these gowns came from, has the most beautiful heritage collection of Pierre Cardin gowns. And I'm seeing stylists go back into the archives and pull out these gowns because I think they have a history. They've lived a life, and I think they have those memories in them. And so stars love putting them on and bringing all of that history to life.
Exactly. I think I just saw Zendaya. She was on the Essence carpet,
and
she wore
the Sarah Jessica Parker dress. Yes, from Sex and the City.
It was iconic.
It's iconic because it's so memorable.
We love vintage.
That's a moment.
Exactly.
We love a moment.
So good. All right, let's get a look at our next model. We're getting into that gothic glamour. I love anything black, and it works on everyone.
It really does. And so this is a stark contrast to our romance trend. This gothic glamour with black lace, dark, moody, and we're really seeing this influenced by, of course, the Wuthering Heights movie and the Margot Robbie press tour. Lots of chokers and cameos and black lace and just that dark, a little bit creepy, but very kind of mysterious
Yes,
look.
yes. Okay, let me ask you a question about this look, actually, because I noticed that we went with a big earring, no necklace, and thinner straps. And so do you usually want to go with either an earring or a necklace? In what situation?
There are moments when it's great to do both. I think here, because you have this gorgeous neckline, there's a little bit of embellishment. It's just popping that big ear is just perfection here.
Yes. Not too much, but just enough.
Yes, exactly.
Very good. All right, thank you so much. Let's get a look at our last model. We're talking interesting hues, but also we were just talking about that jewelry, and she's got a fabulous necklace on as well.
Okay, so here we have another vintage Pierre Cardin gown. I think what's really exciting that we've seen on the red carpets this season is really this turn to really beautiful colors and interesting hues. So not just a red or blue, this beautiful violet. We're seeing butter yellow, we're seeing powder blue, and it's just a really soft color palette that I think is something new and interesting to look at. And so, I think taking a risk with your color, I think taking a risk in general is what everyone should do.
It's what's memorable.
I really hope that we see a lot of risks on the red carpet.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna get one last final look at all of our models together, but quickly, I wanna know a little bit more about your look and where you got it, because I need this in my life.
So mine dress also is vintage Pierre Cardin from the gorgeous Vintage Martini store. It's so nice to find these pieces that have a history because they're just so interesting.
Exactly, and you get to wear something, like you said, that has a little bit of life, and you get to be a part of that history. Then one last look at our models this morning. And Robin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
Still ahead on GMT, who's going to win Best Picture? We bring Susan back to share our thoughts. You don't want to miss that. But there's so much more. GMT right after the break. Don't go anywhere. As we age, staying healthy and connected can make all the difference. Verida Health Plan of Texas says they are focused on helping seniors do both and live life to the fullest. And here to tell us so much more is Dorothy Chan and Chris Bond. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So glad to have you guys here. So Dorothy, can you share a little bit about Verida Health Plan and what makes it so different from other Medicare plans in Texas?
Absolutely. Verida Health Plan of Texas is, we focus with servicing our senior in the local community. What makes us different is, we understand and we know how hard it is to navigate a healthcare system in a different language.
Yes, absolutely. That's so true because it's confusing, I think, to the average consumer, but then you add in language barriers and our more mature crowd and things get a little bit more confusing from there. And so, Chris, can you introduce us to some of the key benefits that Verida Health Plan offers their members?
So, our plan is 0 monthly premium. We're really trying to reduce healthcare costs for our Medicare Advantage beneficiaries. 0 for a copayment for specialists, your primary care physician visits. Hospitalization is 0 copayment for days 1 through 3, including urgent care. And we give you additional benefits like 0 copayment for insulins for diabetics for our chronic special needs plan.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's really about trying to reduce costs, like I said, and give peace of mind to our beneficiaries.
I think there's someone listening right now who heard that insulin comment and was like, okay, I need to lean in and listen a little bit more.
One other thing I would say is that our flex card that we give to our beneficiaries, the supplemental benefits is up to $1,440 annually, which breaks down to an extra $120 monthly for our benefits. Yeah.
Okay, well, you kind of beat me to my next question of how does Verida make it easier for members to understand and use their benefits? But you sounds like you're giving them all the tools that they need. Expand though.
Yeah, so not only do we give them these rich benefits that give them that peace of mind, which is ultimately what we think is important, but we have our member resource center that our members can go to and ask questions about benefits, get access to different things that they may not be able to normally in the community. So we want to give peace of mind again to these members that they have a place to go to, and we're very happy to announce that we just opened up our first office in Carrollton.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Carrollton.
It's a big deal. We're very excited.
That's incredible, though. It's a big feat to get a brick and mortar going, and so that is wonderful. Staying healthy is important, I think, at any age, right? And so what kinds of wellness and preventative care programs do you have to make sure that we stay on track no matter where we are in our health journey?
In addition to the benefits I've mentioned, we offer a fitness benefit. So our gym memberships, we give fitness trackers. Again, so this is about wellness to help prevent or reduce the need for prescription drugs, and that has been extremely beneficial for our members. And it's not just about the physical aspect, but also the mental. So we have companionship benefits because social interaction is so important as well.
All I'm hearing is resources, resources, resources. It sounds like you guys are hitting the mark on that. And so let me ask you this, because there's so much great information. Actually, I'm going to tell the people for you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for being here this morning. If you heard something that interests you this morning, call 877-419-2730, or you can go to VeridaHPTX.com to learn so much more about Verida Health Plan of Texas and how it can help you. A Dallas-based country artist is celebrating a brand new chapter, both in life and in her music. Erin Duvall's latest single, Back to Me, drops today, and it's all about rediscovering yourself after life takes a few unexpected turns. Erin is not only a singer and songwriter, though. She's also a mom of 4 and founder of a nonprofit that helps single parents rebuild after crisis. And she joins me this morning to share so much more. Good morning.
Good morning.
So
How are
glad
you?
to have you here. I'm so
Thank
good.
you.
Anytime I get to talk to someone with the same name as me,
yes,
I know
girl.
it's going to be a good conversation.
Yes.
So can you share more about the story behind this new song, Back to Me?
Yes, absolutely. So Back to Me is about coming home. You know, I've gone through lots of trials and tribulations over the last 10 years, so it's a reflection of those 10 years that I've gone through and really finding that inner peace and being okay with everything and realizing that there's so many blessings that came out of it and strength and resilience that was formed in those 10 years that I didn't know I had, and becoming a better version of myself, but also going back to my roots of who I am as a person.
Yes. Okay, so what I'm hearing is highs and lows. I think we all
Lots
go through
of highs
them.
and lows,
But then
yes.
we find ourselves in a space where we're like, okay, the highs and the lows, they were worth it, and now I'm the person I am today because of them. And so it sounds like the song really is a reflection, like you said, over the last decade that you went through. And so where are you at in life right now?
Well, I'm really rooted in my life right now, which is nice, and grounded. So single mom, 4 kids, feel very comfortable with where we are, and there's a tremendous amount of peace, which is such a blessing, right? Like to have that and love my kids and just focus so much on them, and then get to focus on all my fun adventures too.
Well, you took a little bit of time actually, because you mentioned your kids. You took a little time off to focus on them. She's got twin girls and then 2 boys as well. So
4 kids in 4.5 years, guys.
Ooh, girl,
listen,
you
it's
wasn't
not
playing.
for everybody.
So how does motherhood, how does sharing your perspective on it as an artist, how does that change maybe your music even?
Well, like you said, I took a pause, a little season of life to focus on them and really put them first. And I think that what that did is it gave me a better perspective on the world as a whole, but also on life, and showed me what was really important. And you can see that in all of my songwriting.
Yes.
I'm very honest, very true. I don't ever write on anything that doesn't feel like authentic to me as a person. And you can feel that in all my music.
Well, you wrote in one of your songs, I'm stronger, wilder, braver than I used to be. And I think that really stands out and sticks to a lot of people, especially women, even single moms. And so tell me, what do you hope that they take away from this song?
I think that, first of all, growth takes a lot of time.
It does.
And I think you have to have patience, and that you're not alone on these journeys. Like, find your people, find your village. They always say, takes a village to raise kids, and it really does. But it also takes a village to get through whatever trials and tribulations that you have. And so I think that's the main thing, is recognize that, have patience with yourself, and you'll get there, and start small. It's like people ask me all the time, oh my gosh, how do you do so many things? And I'm like, listen, if you have 30 minutes in a day to start whatever it is you dream about, do that for 30 minutes every day, because you're gonna get 365 days down the road and go, wow, look at all this that
I've got
done.
something beautiful.
Right?
It's about consistency.
Well, and there's never a perfect time.
So good. Okay, I want to fit this in here really quickly because you're working with the Genesis Women's Shelter
Yes, I
with
love
your
them so
own
much.
foundation. So tell me, how did you guys kind of get connected, and what work are you guys doing moving forward?
Okay, so I have a foundation. It's called Twice the Love Foundation. I created it, obviously, because I became a single mom about 10 years ago and have 4 kids. And I just realized that I had a soft place to land when I went through my divorce, and a lot of women don't. And so I wanted to pay it forward, and I wanted to use my platform and my music to help somebody that's more established brick and mortar. So we partnered with Genesis Women's Shelter. I love them. I think Jan Langbein, who runs Genesis, is an absolute rock star.
And it sounds like, I mean, my goodness, that you basically, because you've traveled all over the world, you've come back home, and now you're giving back to your community, and you're using your music to do it. Thank you so much for being here this morning, you guys.
Thank you for having me.
But she's not going anywhere, so I'm going to step out of the way, actually, because she's about to perform, you guys. So here's Erin Duval with her new song, Back to Me.
Like an arrow shot from a crooked bow, I knew the moment that I let go of this heart. Got lost in the dark. They said I'd never make it on my own, but I taught myself to stand alone. Wasn't part of my plan. Now here I am, when the wild things run and the heart breaks free, and my soul finds beauty in every broken piece. I'm stronger, wilder, braver than I used to be. No, I ain't there yet, but I'm finding my way back to me. Where the quiet's kind and my soul can breathe, I can drown myself inside this peace of no regret, 'cause God's not done yet. I still believe my roots run deep, when the wild things run and the heart breaks free, and my soul finds beauty in every broken piece. I'm stronger, wilder, braver than I used to be. No, I ain't there yet, but I'm finding my way back to me. Sometimes you get a second chance to chase your dreams, and you might have to leave. The doubt is far behind, and that's how you find when the wild things run and the heart breaks free, and my soul finds beauty in every broken piece. I'm stronger, wilder, braver than I used to be. No, I ain't there yet, but I'm finding my way back to me. Back to me. I'm finding way back to me. My way back to me. Finding my way back to me.
Wardrobe for our hosts is sponsored by Dillard's at North Park Center.
It is the moment we have all been waiting for. Susan is back, and we are predicting the best picture, the best category, I think, out of them all. What are we thinking?
Oh, man, yeah. The biggest award of the night. I think it's safe to say it's 50-50 between One Battle After Another versus Sinners. However, I will say don't rule out Hamnet as the dark horse just because it did have that big win at the Golden Globes. It was looking like One Battle After Another was going to sweep here at award season. They've won most of all the big award shows. Yeah. However, after the actors win that Sinners got, they got the big best casting, I'm going with Sinners.
You're going with Sinners.
I'm
Final
going-
choice.
Final choice.
Okay, I'm going with the one that you didn't, that wasn't even in your top 3. I'm going for The Underdog because it was so good. F1. I think even multiple viewers in our Street Sense said
Yes.
F1. They wanted to see that win. I can't lie. That was a stellar movie in theaters with the rumble and tumble.
Yes.
Your seat was literally jiggling every time they got in that car and took off racing.
I completely agree with you. And I saw that. I was like, so many people are saying F1. That would be what they call an upset if it wins, just because it would just be a shocker.
Yeah.
But it was in my top 10. I love that film.
The plot is so good.
So good. It's very nostalgic. I mean, it's very Top Gun Maverick vibes, but that's that like kind of feel good.
Exactly.
I mean, 90s era kind of thing. So I think I don't see it happening, but if it won, I wouldn't be mad at it.
We can all wish. Okay, but I didn't hear you say Marty Supreme in that top 3
no,
either.
that's not winning.
Okay, you know what? Susan said.
It ain't happening.
Let me just be honest with you.
It might be an over with Marty Supreme.
Well, you know
possibly.
what? At least Timothy will not have to give an awkward thank you speech
Possibly.
then. All right, you guys, don't forget to watch the 98th Academy Awards right here on WFAA Channel 8. Catch all the red carpet looks at 5:30 p.m. And then, of course, the ceremony. It starts at 6 o'clock. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you tune in. There's the Dolby Theater right there. It's going to be hopping and jumping on Sunday as the Oscars kick off. We'll talk about it on Monday further. Until then, I'll see you later. Have a good morning, Texas.